The Big O, Omarion Hampton, is back this season after having a great 2023. He is looking primed and ready to repeat last year, and he's ready to eat. But the question is, how much will he eat this year? Let's talk about it. What's going on, Tar Heel fans? My name is Nathan. I am one half of your Heel Brothers. And Omarion Hampton came off of one of the best seasons that we have saw in Carolina history in quite some time last year in 2023, as he rushed for 1,504 yards on 253 carries, 15 touchdowns, averaging 5.9 yards a carry. Omarion Hampton made his name last season. Even despite us having Drake May and having some great perimeter weapons out there, he was able to just get loose and really have his breakout season as he struggled the year before in 2022. But the question is, with Max Johnson and Connor Harrell coming in, we don't know who the quarterback's going to be. Kind of feel like it's going to be Max. Who is Omarion Hampton going to be for this offense this year? And will his numbers be very similar, if not even better, than last year? And the question that's being presented right now is pretty much, will at least Omarion Hampton be able to get back to the 1,500-yard mark? I'm going to go ahead and answer you guys that. No, he is not going to be able to get back to the 1,500-yard mark. But let's explain why, and that's why I want to talk about in this video. North Carolina's offense is going to be taking a little bit more of a shift this year. We have been a very heavily pass-friendly team throughout the last few years. Now, last year, Omarion Hampton was able to have some freak of nature games, some App States that were in there. Clemson, when he was running literally all over them, unfortunately had a couple of fumbles right there, which I was in attendance for. It was really sad to see, to say the least. But last year, the attention was all on stopping Drake May and the passing game. So this year, with Max and Connor coming in, that onus is not going to be there as much, because we all know Drake May was that dude. He could put the ball in a lot of different places. That dude was a wizard with the football. And when you have some great skill positions just like we have, it made things a lot harder for defenses and had to make them figure out, okay, we're either going to stop Drake or we're going to stop Omarion. Drake's more powerful at this time, we're going after him. And that created a lot of holes for Omarion Hampton. Now, don't get me wrong, I do believe that Omarion Hampton's going to be having a pretty good year this year. I think he's going to have a solid, even great, borderline great year this year, no matter what. But a couple of things is going to be changing for the way that teams play Carolina this year, because they know Drake isn't back there or Sam's not back there, so they know that the ball is probably going to go to Omarion Hampton. Teams are going to want to stack the box more. They're going to want to cut off the run, and they're going to try and force Carolina to throw the football, which, as we know, that we're okay with that typically. So Omarion Hampton's snaps are going to have to be spelled so much because if they're stacking the box, he's probably not going to be able to get these massive gains. And the good thing is Carolina went out and they rebuilt the running back room, bringing in Darwin Barlow out of USC. You still have Caleb Hood. God given, please give that boy health this year, because when he's healthy, he's a really, really good running back. You got the brand new guy, Davion Goss, is now with us, and evidently he's showing out inside of camp. So North Carolina's got some bodies that they have behind Omarion Hampton. And this is why I think Omarion is not going to have the big year like he had last year. And that's simply because they have a lot of different talent to use in that running back room to be able to spell some of the minutes for Omarion Hampton. So personally for me, I think he's going to hit somewhere in that 950 to 1,100 yard mark. I think that's the sweet spot, in my opinion, for Omarion this season, because they're not going to want to get him hurt as much as possible. Carolina's talked about playing depth. That even means running back position as well. As great as Omarion is, he can't be running every single game. And that's one thing from last year, is that last year he was running basically he ran all the snaps outside of a few for British Brooks here and there. Every once, matter of fact, I don't even think Elijah Green even touched the field last year. To be honest with you, he may have in crunch time against, or like garbage time against Campbell or something of that nature. But generally, if a running back was sitting back there, it was going to be Omarion Hampton. George Pettaway was used just a very little bit, but he's no longer here with us. And this year, they've rebuilt the running back room, so there's going to be more bodies to be able to put out there. People not getting tired as much, and it's going to be something that Carolina's going to be able to do different on offense because each running back offers a little bit of a different play style as well. Omarion Hampton's been working really hard on his catching. He said he wants to be a Christian McCaffrey type, so expect him to be changing the way that he plays just a little bit. He's still going to be the guy that you're probably going to hand the ball to when you need to get that 3rd and 3, that 3rd and 2. But I don't expect him to be going out against teams, maybe NC Central or Charlotte. Maybe JMU, depending on how that team plays. I'm really not too sure about JMU yet, but I don't expect, Omarion Hampton to be going out and having a couple 300-400-yard games for Carolina this year. I do expect them to play him a little bit more conservatively in an effort to keep him healthy throughout the season, because let's say everything goes in Carolina's favor and they make it to the ACC championship and they make it to the 12-team playoffs. That's when you're going to see him being played a little bit more, because you want to use him in key moments throughout the season and use that depth, especially if your team's looking pretty good, and try your best to get him there. And also, Omarion Hampton, his best snaps don't need to be in college. They need to be in the NFL, because he's got a long career ahead of him if he can keep himself healthy, which he's done a really good job of. And he seems to have all the skills available and possible that an NFL back would really, really want. So Omarion Hampton, in my opinion, he's going to have a great year. I think he's going to have an amazing year, but I don't think it's going to look exactly like we saw last year with 1,500 yards on the season. Now, could I be wrong? I would not be surprised in the least if I am. I honestly believe that Omarion Hampton is capable of doing that, if not even more again this year. Going to be interesting the way some of the teams are playing him, but giving this off the schedule, giving some of the opponents, I could see a gateway and a pathway to him getting back to the 1,500 yards. But if under my understanding, I think they're going to be playing running back room like crazy, and they're going to be trying to do some different things with him as well. So curious to see how he does this season. I'm really looking forward to it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think Omarion Hampton's hitting that 1,500 yard mark? Is he going higher? Or do you think I'm in that right little margin there where it's just a few hundred yards shy of it, maybe that 950 to 1,100 yard mark? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. And as always, go Heels.
You don't want none!